Greetings, everybody. This is Morning Eggnog. My name is James Font. With me, as always, Caleb Font.
Good morning, everybody.
Caleb is not feeling especially amazing because he didn't get enough sleep last night.
Yeah, my weekend was, I stayed up a little too late and I got up a little too late, and so my normal 9:30, 5:30 is no longer.
What was that? 9:35, 5:30?
Yeah, that's usually my
So
bed.
you go to bed at 9:30 and then get up at 5.
9:30. I'm usually up between 5 and 5:30. And so when I don't do that during the weekend, it totally screws up my entire sleep schedule so like last night I was up until like 11:30 because my body was like, "You slept until like 7, you're good, bro." And I'm like, "No, because I got to work tomorrow."
I don't know what I can almost always sleep all the time.
My brain is really high pitched.
It is. In comparison to your voice, it's very high pitched.
Exactly. Yeah, my brain. That's my brain, people. So when I go high up into my octaves there, it's because my brain is talking, not my lips.
Alrighty.
I don't know.
Caleb needs more sleep is the point of the story. Did you get up at 5 this morning?
I got up at 5:15.
5:15.
5:15.
I got up at 4. I woke up, my first alarm went off at 4:25 because I'm an idiot and forgot to turn it off.
Why were you up at 4:15 to begin with?
I'm sorry, 4:25. And I got up and went into the bathroom and shut it off. And then I got up at 4:45, which is when I wanted to get up. And I got ready and I was going to go on a run, and then it was downpouring when I wanted to go on a run.
So it's like hot yoga but with rain and running.
Kinda. So
not at all.
We have an inside exercise bike, so I just rode that.
Dun-dun-dun.
For 30 minutes.
Dun-dun-dun. Exercise bike.
Yep.
It doesn't have the same vibe.
It doesn't. Could you imagine Rambo on an exercise bike? Not Rambo, I'm sorry, Rocky on an exercise bike. He's just pedaling. They would try to make it as epic as possible. Like they would zoom in on the beads of sweat coming down. He'd be riding so fast, he'd break the pedal on one bike and hop off and go to the nearest Planet Fitness and hop on the other bike.
Planet Fitness. Rocky would never go to a Planet Fitness. He would go to like Planet Rock or something, and where they like, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Throw cows at him.
Okay. Instead of
you'll use the punch cows. Then we're gonna step it up.
Instead of going to a meat locker and punching chunks of cow,
they now just throw cows at him.
Just throw cattle at him. I should say cat. Well, no. We eat mostly cow, but sometimes we eat other cattle. Wait.
What?
Because we don't eat bull very often, do we?
Yes. Some people do eat bull.
I know, but I'm saying for the majority, we eat cow.
No, majority you eat steer.
Oh.
Steer is a castrated male bull.
So we eat cattle. We don't eat.
Well, we
cows.
actually technically eat beef, which is a form.
Beef, yeah,
comes from cow.
Okay.
I know, not to.
It comes from cattle, because beef is cattle, but not all beef is cow.
Okay. Okay, I have a. All right, so meat from a cow is called steak. And
meat from a steer is called steak.
Well, no. Just roll with me here.
Okay.
So, meat from a pig is called pork. And so why is the fowls called the same thing?
All of the birds are fowl.
So a chicken, so you don't go to the store and buy, I don't know what you would call a chicken. We just call it chicken.
Chicken, you call it fowl.
Yeah, well, no. So for instance, like you go to the store to get a beef.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, beef. So cow beef, pork is pig, but you don't chicken. Just chicken. And turkey is just turkey. And ostrich is just ostrich.
And
I would love to go to Walmart and see if they had ostrich. Pigeon. Yes, because it's a delicacy.
It is.
Pigeon eggs. I heard nests. The bird nests?
Bird nest soup?
Yeah, is a delicacy. Would you? No, never mind.
What? So, never mind.
So yesterday we were watching football.
All right. Who's playing? Oh, we're getting to that. Yesterday, Kim was watching football.
Yeah.
And
so my daughter's...
Who is actually playing?
It was the Detroit Lions and the Kansas City Chiefs were playing. So,
All right. Who won?
The Kansas City Chiefs won.
How much was the scores?
It was a high scoring, close game all the way through. It shouldn't have been, but whatever. It's NFL. And so Ariel's sitting there watching and going, "Who's playing, Daddy?" And my daughter Annabeth goes, "Oh, it's the bluebirds and the red cows."
Two bluebirds and the red cows.
Bluebirds. So I think I'm gonna start, if I'm watching a football game, I'm gonna be like, Annabeth, who's playing right now? Who do you think they are?
It's the Green Bay Packers. It's the Cheeseheads.
Well, or maybe they should be like, it's the Green Boogers, or who knows? She'll just come up with the most random stuff. So I'm gonna start asking her what team is playing.
That is something you need to add when you have toddlers. Always ask them questions, because you're going to get really fun answers. You're
going to get some interesting, especially if you already know the proper answer.
What color is this? It's yellow and orange put together.
Yeah.
So this is pink. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, James, like you and your curtains.
I know. So we went to Grand Rapids, Michigan recently.
Grand Rapids, Michigan.
And it was a good time. And
not me.
What? No, my wife and I, sorry.
Yeah, just to be clear.
And
James did not take me.
And we went and we walked around the city, and there was a Skillet concert going on, which is always fun. And then Olivia and I went to several very, very hipster coffee shops, which is always fun. And have you ever sat by the bathroom of anywhere?
I try to avoid that.
Well, they had a bathroom door right here, and then they had a couch. They had a bathroom door like right here, and then they had a couch. And so Olivia and I were sitting on the couch just sipping on whatever we had. Sitting next to the bathroom is one of the funniest things ever, because so many people don't pay attention around them. And so like someone would walk in, 4 seconds later another person would come in. They don't knock, Caleb. When you go to a bathroom, do you always knock?
No, usually I jiggle the handle.
I always knock, because I've opened the door on people because the handle didn't lock or something. So people would walk in, they would just go in, like try to go in. And so I watched like 3 or 4 people bump their head in the door because they would try to go in and just hit their head.
See, I gently turn the handle, like just, if the door's shut and I think there's somebody in there, I just kind of gently turn the handle. And usually you can tell if it's locked or not. Because I don't like going, like if somebody's taking a dupe, and then you're like, and somebody's going boom, 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 and you're like, yeah.
Well, see,
prairie dog.
But the other thing, is, I just knock softly, and if no one says anything, then I really try the handle. Say something, please, because it's really frustrating. Olivia was telling me how she at her work was going to go to the bathroom, knocked on the door, nobody answered. So when she opened the door, someone shoved it shut and then locked it. And apparently a group of girls was hanging out in the bathroom for like over 30 minutes.
Why?
Caleb, you just asked the dumbest question. You asked why a bunch of teenage girls did something.
Yeah, I know.
Don't ask me.
Do you remember? I'm lacking sleep here.
True. That's not a question I have the capacity nor the will to answer.
What? Actually, I heard something really funny, and I want to use it at some point. It's that same situation where, somebody knocks on your bathroom door and to see if anybody's there. I want to say, come in.
I don't like that, but I love that so much. I think if it was me, I would just walk in and then I'd be like, wait a second. That's not right.
That's not what? Could you just imagine us knocking on the stall? There's a knocking. Come in. No, I'm not. No.
Come on in, big boy.
Not like that. It's just like a friend, like, come in, like, hello.
Yep, come in. Come on in.
I'm just doing my business here.
I've been walked in on several times in public restrooms. One time I was in an art museum and the door would not lock. It was a one-person bathroom. So you walk in the door, someone's on the toilet. So this lady tries to open the door and I kick the door shut. I'm like, ah! She didn't knock or anything. So she just barges in. I'm like, ah!
You think they could put something on
Occupied!
Occupado!
And then another one, I was in Arby's restaurant and someone just. He was so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed. Everyone was embarrassed. But I was in the big stall at Arby's, doing my thing.
Stall.
I knew it wouldn't latch. I tried latching it. It didn't do anything. And a guy just burst in with, like he was talking to his friend behind him who was using the urinal. He's like, "Yeah, so I went to this thing. Oh, sorry," and walked out and was scared.
Yeah, see, when I walk by, I kind of do the corner of my eye, peek through the gaps.
Yeah,
to see if there's white legs.
White legs. If there's tan legs, I leave.
If there's tan legs, what? But anyway, so I kind of do
he's
that.
Wearing a Speedo.
I'm doing kind of the corner of my eye, peek through just to see.
You got to move your head around a lot.
Well, that's why I'm walking through. Like I kind of walk through and peek. I know that sounds kind of creepy, but it's also kind of. Then you're not disturbing somebody while they're trying to, because being interrupted while you're number one, you're in a public restroom, and that's just awkward to begin with.
Because it's like being in a hot tub. You don't go to the bathroom with other people.
What? How did we go from hot tub to bathroom?
No, it's.
Are you saying going in the bathroom in the hot tub?
Being in a public restroom is like being in a hot tub. You don't bathe with other people, so you obviously don't use the restroom with other people.
Yeah, it is really awkward to be in a hot tub with somebody else.
And then it's not bad when it's like your friends, you're just all sitting there, you're pretty sure no one's doing anything gross. It's when that guy
Bubba
with the super hairy chest.
Looks like
and
Gorilla Man.
Either a Bubba Man or a slicked back hair dude who looks like he has 4 pounds of grease on his face comes and sits in, and you go, check please.
Check, please. What kind of hot tub do you go to?
It's a figure of speech, Caleb.
I'd be like...
And have you ever seen the Boy Scout bathrooms?
No.
let me hang on. Give me about 5 seconds.
Boy Scout bathrooms.
But they have different bathrooms. So there's a pilot to bombardier, I think is what it's called, and it's back-to-back toilets.
Okay.
Then there's side to side. I forget what that's called.
Awkward toilet.
And then I think this is one. I'm not going to research it. I think there's one facing. If you have a particularly rough poop, you can just grip your friend's hands and you can comfort each other through the pain.
You should not combine those words together. Oh my goodness. How did we get on the topic of toilets?
I don't know. But toilets are fun.
Toilets are interesting.
I wouldn't have a job if it wasn't for toilets. I'm a plumber. I'm going to start mentioning it every podcast.
There's nothing wrong with mentioning what you do.
So what I was going to talk about today, speaking of toilets, we can go back to toilet paper, which is made out of trees. And did you know there are trees that are super old that are still alive and some of them aren't anymore?
Yes.
Ooh. What's the oldest tree you've seen?
The oldest tree I've seen?
Yes.
Oh, probably maybe 500 years.
Okay.
So not like the super, super old ones.
So the one I'm looking at, this is a top 10 list of from oldest.org.
Oldest.org.
Oldest.org. The Senator, number 10, has an estimated age of 3,500 years. It's a pond cypress species, and it's from Longwood, Florida, but it recently died. It was 36 meters tall, or 180 foot, with a circumference of 10.7 meters.
It means 118 feet.
What did I say?
180.
Oh, 118 foot. But the top was damaged by a hurricane in 1925. Unfortunately, the Senator was destroyed by a fire in 2012, which was started by Sarah Barnes, and her friends were smoking inside the tree. She left a fire burning, which destroyed the tree from the inside out. In 2014, a 50-foot tall clone of the Senator was planted in the park and named the Phoenix.
Yeah. Stupid children.
Kids ruining everything. That's why we can't have nice things. We're going to skip ahead to number 6, the Methuselah.
Methuselah.
I like saying the wrong words. Methuselah.
like the oldest man in the Bible.
Shut up.
Come on, James.
Methuselah.
Come on, everybody know who's Methuselah is.
I don't read things, okay?
Methuselah. It's a
Well, have
great...
you read Mjolnir?
Melnir.
No, like Mjolnir, the hammer.
No.
The word looks completely different.
Well, that's probably true.
So that's why it was. Anyways, Methuselah.
Methuselah.
This tree is from the Great Bristol Basin. I'm screwing up everything. The Great Basin Bristol Cone Pine. I think that's the species. The location is in California, USA. It is approximated at 4,850 years. And it's still alive. In 2012, Methuselah was the oldest known tree in the world. And its age, 4,789 years at the time, was discovered in 1957.
So how do they figure out how old it is?
I don't think they say, at least in here. Did you know in 2003 the tree farmer named Jared Malachi received permission to take cuttings from Methuselah and was successful in cloning the old tree?
Well, that's pretty cool.
That is interesting. I don't understand how... Biology is fascinating. Biologists they're like, so, we want to make a square apple. How do we do this? I was listening to a comedian who was talking about the seedless watermelon, and he's like, you know how cancer's a thing and AIDS is still a thing, and we were trying to cure it. I think this was a while ago, and he's like, let's get that seedless watermelon. Let's fix that.
Oh, yeah.
Let's focus on that. And I'm like, oh, this was actually Jerry Seinfeld, now that I remember.
Oh, I'd believe that.
So, I think biology is extremely fascinating and way beyond anything I want to think about. So we're going to jump ahead to number 3, the old TJIKKO. I can read.
Thank God it's knockout.
What?
You said TJI KKO.
Thank Jod. Anyways, its approximated age is 9,550 years old. It's a Norway spruce, and it is in Sweden, which I guess makes sense. And it's still alive. It was first discovered in Sweden in 2008. And it was declared the world's oldest tree and estimated to be 10,000 years old.
Again, how do they know?
I don't know.
You keep saying these things. But...
I know. I keep saying them, but I'm just reading the thing. I don't understand how they figured it out either. And then the oldest tree is the Pando.
Pando.
Pando. So I'm probably... It's a quaking aspen, and it's in Utah, USA. So all them Mormons.
Okay.
I've been listening to a podcast about Mormons. It's kind of crazy. I didn't realize the Mormons have been around since like the 1800s.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, I thought there was a really, really new. They're the newest. They're the most successful new religion. But yeah. Anyways, this tree.
Have you ever heard? I'll have to.
Is 80,000 years old.
How do you know?
I don't know. If we read more about this, with an estimated age of over 80,000 years old, the Pando is the oldest tree in the world, as well as one of the oldest living organisms. While most of the other trees on this list are individuals, Pando is a colonial colony that shut up. That shares one underground root system. That's interesting.
That's
wow.
Cool. That's kind of cool.
Above ground, Pando may look like a grove of individual trees, but they are all genetically identical clones.
Down to the leaf? I doubt it.
If you think about it, okay, a leaf would be just like an appendage, like an arm.
Mm-hmm.
So this was an interesting thing. So if two identical twins marry two identical twins, their children will have the same DNA.
Not quite.
Basically, though. And identical twins have
but they don't have exactly identical genes. I don't believe.
But if the identical twins have the same DNA, though, but their fingerprints will be different.
Okay, I'll just roll with you.
I don't know. That's just what I've been told. So
yeah, okay. All right.
Anyways, so that was what I was talking about. Old trees. Feel free to just skip that part.
Okay. So I was going to talk about hippies. I was, and then I changed my mind for some reason. But anyways, just so you know, there is a hippie fest for those who do love old trees in Ohio. There's one in Ohio, and it's down around that forested area down south and east of here, which is not coming to my brain right now for some reason.
I don't know what that is.
Hocking Hills.
Hocking Hills.
Hocking Hills.
When you get a hochaloogie.
What a beautiful forest. What should we name
I'm glad
this?
we think our stupid jokes are great.
What should we name this forest? I think Hocking Hills would be a perfect name.
Look
for
at all
this
these hills.
So for those who are now sickened by our vocal cords making noises of disgustingness,
Think about our vocal cords for a second. It's just two flapping pieces of skin going back and forth.
I know, and the
Have
only
you ever seen the up close videos of people like singing and stuff?
no,
It's weird.
how could you?
Look it up on YouTube. If you look up if you look up vocal cords,
I don't want to see somebody shove a camera down their throat.
It's so weird.
I mean, how could you do that without throwing up? Do you like numb the uvula, and so that way uvula?
I thought only women had uvulas.
Oh, there's a video game once that you actually had to
Destroy a uvula.
tickle the uvula, whatever uvula.
Ha! He can't pronounce that thing. I can't pronounce any tree.
So it was a King's Quest. And you got stuck in a
King's
whale.
Quest.
And you had to tickle it in the back of the throat to get thrown out.
Did you know that there's a plethora of games that you get stuck in things' stomachs?
It doesn't surprise me.
I was watching a video game list of video games that you get stuck in different things' stomachs. There's the Mario game. Oh, it's a Mario spinoff. It's a Yoshi game where you get stuck inside a giant frog's stomach.
Okay.
Or sorry, you get shrunk down and then swallowed. And so the way it is there's a canal coming down into the stomach, and then there's a uvula, or there's a stomach, and then there's a uvula hanging inside the stomach.
Okay.
And then when you smack the uvula enough with Yoshi's eggs, then you go down through the bottom canal.
The bottom canal.
Anyways, what are you talking about, Caleb?
Okay. So yes, if you're interested in things of the hippie stuff.
So drugs, right?
Well, not necessarily.
Free love, man.
There's all kinds of things that you can do at a hippie fest. You know, like painting and vendors and bohemian shopping, live music, and all that kind of stuff.
Ooh. What kind of painting?
Ooh, hippie car show. That actually would be kind of fun.
That'd be pretty neat. We saw
And food trucks. A lot of cannabis.
Cannabis? Wait, what are we talking about?
Food trucks.
I know, but you said canvas.
I meant cannabis.
Okay.
I thought food trucks, brownies, cannabis.
Dude.
That's kind of the order of my brain went. Anyways, so yes, if you're interested in things of hippiness, there's that. But this is more interesting to me is Lynchburg wood burning.
Lynchburg wood burning. What is that, Caleb?
Lynchburg wood burning is when you take a transformer, which what it does, a transformer takes it takes electricity.
I was thinking of a little action figure transformer.
Those
from
are cool too.
from the garbage Michael Bay movies.
No. Yeah. Well, the first one was good.
First one was
pretty good.
pretty good.
If you like explosions and
We
fireworks.
like explosions and up close of Megan Fox.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyways, so
a transformer transfers.
it takes electricity, so volts, and it takes, so for instance, 110 is your standard voltage in a house, and it basically takes it and either ramps it up or ramps it down, depending on which way you have it connected to the transformer. So you run this into a transformer, and you take 110 volts, and then you turn it into over 2,000 volts. Okay, so you turn it into 2,000 volts.
Okay.
And then you hook it to two connectors, like kind of like you would see in a car charging.
Okay.
And then you hook it to a chunk of wood. Okay?
Oh,
You with me?
Okay, so far.
And then you take water and you put water between each of the nodes. And then you turn it on.
And I'm assuming
Electrical
it bursts into flames.
Yes, it does.
That sounds awesome.
It slowly burns its way across the water. And it
wait,
makes
it burns it. Wait, what?
so basically what you
Oh.
you know there the electricity
So it burns its way across the That's interesting.
So the electricity is attracted, it's trying to get from point A to point B. It's just like water. And it's going to always take the pathway of least resistance.
Yep.
And wood is technically not a conductive material.
No.
And that's why you have to add the water, a little bit of water to help it conduct better. And so it slowly burns from one end to the other or from both ends to each other. And it makes these amazing tree-like patterns.
In the wood, obviously.
In the wood. It burns deep.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it's called the Lynchburg pattern. And then the really cool thing about it is there's everything looks different because
There's no trees alike.
no trees alike, and electricity travels in whichever way is easiest. So you're never going to get the same look twice.
Nope.
So
That's cool.
It is really cool. I've looked it up, and I'm actually thinking about doing it. It's just
Purchasing the equipment?
no, you can actually get it like the transformer. You can pull it out of a microwave.
Ooh.
So you can actually pull a microwave transformer out and use that. Well, you're talking about high voltage, like 2,000 volts. And volts are dangerous, but it's really not the volts that are bad. It's the amps that'll kill you.
And how many amps?
I don't know.
Oh.
I know it's high. I know it's
Okay.
dangerously high. But you can be safe doing it. Many people do. Well, I shouldn't say many. There's lots of people that do it. But you just have to be very, very, very careful and use lots of precaution when doing this because you could kill yourself.
Wear very thick rubber boots and very thick rubber gloves.
Yeah, and where you're doing the product, you want it to be insulated.
You always make sure to lick each end to make sure that there's enough voltage there.
Yeah, like a 9-volt battery.
Exactly, like 9-volt battery. That's how we make sure that.
I'm dead.
Blew your head off. Good Lord.
That is not the way to
Hey,
go
I'm
out.
gonna make a cool pattern in my tongue. That got dark. Anyways,
Yes, that did get dark. But yeah, it's very, very cool. I think we'll put a video up. Or
most cool things are very dangerous. He will send me a video and I will link it down in the description below or above or wherever you're going to tap on it. Unless you're on Spotify, in which case you can't even see the link.
Yeah. Sorry, spotty people. Spotify people. Booty. Spooties? No, spotties. Spootify. Why am I going in this direction?
I don't know. Well, that's really cool. So Caleb is going to do this experiment live on the podcast sometime. When we
I'm going to do. I have another electrical class coming up, and I'm going to go through the electrical class, and then after I'm done with that, then I will think about doing it.
Okay. Well, we'll definitely have to record it eventually.
Yeah, morning
be fun.
podcast with electricity.
Welcome to Morning Eggnog. Today we're both going to die.
Today we're lighting things up with electricity.
So I speaking of getting lit by electricity,
Speaking of getting lit,
smoked a blunt last week. No, wrong kind of getting lit. I was installing a dishwasher, Caleb, and
oh no,
thought the breaker was off, and I was touching the white all over.
Yeah,
because it's neutral, it's not going to do anything. And I touched the black, and it didn't do anything.
but then you.
But then I touched it and then laid on the ground.
Oh.
And was not very happy about that. 110 or 120 is not that bad.
110.
Is it 110? Yeah.
110 and 220 are the two difference.
I thought it was 110. Anyways, I thought it was 120 and then 240.
It is 120 and 240. I don't.
Anyways,
I don't know.
120 or 110 is not that bad, and it's just a little poke. But I have one time I flipped a breaker on a water heater, but there were 4 water heaters.
Oh.
So I thought I got the right one because it was the one, no one cares about this. Anyways, I touched, 240 leaves your arm numb for a minute.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. So.
Except for the language that you used.
Maybe. No one's around.
Nobody's around.
So did it happen?
Mm-hmm. It's like
if a tree falls in the forest and hits a squirrel, does that squirrel's family even care?
What?
I thought I'd just make the analogy stupid. Anyways, Caleb, do you have anything else to add?
I did, but I lost it.
You did? Hippies.
No.
Electrical stuff. Electrical class.
It's like there, but not. I don't know. I don't remember what I was going to talk about. So it wasn't that important.
Okay, well.
Like most of what we do here.
This whole podcast is pointless.
This podcast is pointless. What is life?
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us on this pointless podcast. We appreciate you listening to us. And thank you for the 2 people that listen continually.
Yes.
Consistently.
Continuously, consistently.
Something like that. You can listen to us on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, and PodBean if you want to download an app that nobody uses. You can watch us on YouTube. It's just Caleb and I sitting here with a white-ish sheet behind us. And
3 sheets to the wind.
You can... What?
You've never heard that?
No.
It's a saying. 3 sheets to the wind.
I don't know what that means.
I don't either. You just say that in passing to somebody, and they're like, "What'd you just say?"
If you want to keep up with us on iTunes, if you want to keep up with us, what? If you want to keep up with us, you can go follow us on Instagram and Facebook. If you have a topic you want us to cover, if you want to be on the podcast, we can adjust the schedule. It doesn't have to be at 6 a.m. Or if you have a question for us, you can message us on Facebook, Instagram, or email us at morningeggnog@gmail.com. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great day. Morning, noon, or night.
3 sheets to the wind. See ya.